Alright, so today's video is just gonna be a super quick one, but I get this question quite a lot of times, and it's if you should focus rather on the quantity or on the quality of students, and like what's more important in general. Because what I see people do so often is that they're just like, no, like I don't want to get that many students. It's in such a short period of time because I would rather keep the quality high. And then there are other people who say like, yeah, like I can easily fit like 100 new people in my dojo this month, and like I know uh, I'm pretty sure you already know the answer to the question, because it's pretty simple. Both are equally as important. And let me explain this. So, like, if we have one extreme on the on one side and the other extreme on the other side, so like having as many students as possible and keeping the student circle small, but therefore having a higher quality. Like, none of those two will actually like help you much in the long run. Sure, like getting a ton of students in the short run will give you more money, obviously, or like not having that many students, but therefore having like higher quality students, so to speak, or like being able to focus more on them when teaching. It's cool and it sounds great, but like you will just be broke in the long term, obviously, unless you charge like really high prices and your margins are really good. But that's a story for another day. And I mean, obviously, the problem with like having so many students is like, well, you can't focus really on them like whilst teaching them, and obviously, not that many students means not that much money, obviously, but and you obviously like if you don't want to get that many students, like you just cap yourself, like you're just like, no, I'm not gonna go past 50 students, and then like all right, I can make at maximum this much money. However, if you just like bump a bunch of students and then you have no financial cap, so to speak, unless your dojo is full or whatever, but you can always open up another location, etc. But I mean, it when I think about it now, it obviously also depends like on your personal preferences. So would you rather like run like a really small club, or do you really want to build like this brand of dojos where you have schools all around the world or whatever, or where you really like just to try to open up more locations? But if you just like, yeah, I want to run my dojo, but I also want to see like I want to teach people and obviously give them a huge transformation through my martial art. But I also like just want to like maximize the business side of it, which like there's nothing wrong with trying to make money with a martial arts school. Like I think it's the best thing you can do if you really want to improve your school in general, if you want to improve these classes for your students. But that's sort of for another day as well, because like in general, as none of those two will get you the biggest benefits. Like it's like the best thing to do is to focus on both. Like just be like if I think about it now, like just see, all right, your instructors, like ask them, all right, how many students could you handle at maximum, so you can still focus on teaching, right? And then like just try to teach them even more, right? This is how you like when we have a class of 20 students, like how you teach them, how you give each person um enough time, like that's the hard part. Basically, it's not easy. It's simple, but it's really hard over the long run because like you will face difficulties. Like, all right, like I know like like how do I balance this? Like how do I not become the dojo where like we have so many people and people like like my students, they just feel like they're not but getting enough instructions, etc. But on the other hand, how do I not become this dojo where there are no students inside and it's almost like a one-on-one class? Um, it's hard to find the balance between those two things, and like this is what business is at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, just focus on both. And like one tip, if I can give you one, is like just focus on maybe upping the prices for your classes, so you can essentially at the end of the day, like still get a bunch of students in, but the quality is still a little high. Like don't make the price unrealistic high, no, but like this, like you still bump up the quality, but each student pays more, so you don't have like this problem. And like obviously you won't get that many students because it will cost a little more. Like if you charge $300 a month, you'll obviously get less students if you would charge like $50 a month. Obviously there are arguments against this, but in general, let's just keep the argument simple here. But on the other hand, if you like you will also like have matched the other side with this as well, because like, well, you're just not gonna get that many students, and the people who sign up, like who pay $300 a month, for example, right? Like they're going to be way more serious about than the person who's just going to pay $50 a month. Obvious stuff. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want more students for your dojo, check out the first link in the description.